it's a sophisticated, we can afford one of those couches that has the picture of the hunting scene and the velvet on the back. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like the orange scene of like, but it's like only a nice couch has like, you know, a pattern like that, because then it's got to be like centered on the couch to make sense. And to me, this one more says like, we definitely have wood paneling, and no, it's not actually made out of wood. I like both, frankly. But we like the darker one. Do we have any dissenting votes? We work on a consensus model around here. Oh, and I don't know if BC is still here, but I forgot to say. I usually try to say when someone comes in, we love you, we're so glad you read it, and we completely understand and support you going and taking care of yourself. Rate a friend, then go raid your fridge. Like, go and do all the stuff you've been waiting to do. Nourish yourself, take care of yourself. Like, self-care for streaming is like a very real thing. And so we can, I'm like, this may sound silly, but like, if you're gone, we understand and support you, and we're not bad. You know what I mean? Like, we completely get that. Go and do your self-care stuff. We are glad to have you here. Glad you brought in friends. So glad you trust us with your audience and your community. And we also really want you to do what is best for you. No apologies. You don't have to say, "Oh, sorry, I gotta read and run," or but don't be sorry. Don't be sorry for taking care of yourself. Oh, here we go. Hang on, here's the difference. Sorry, I just realized this looking at it. The lighter one, this one, this says Harvest Time. This says I'm making a banner for the Harvest Festival. Because it's like produce, like dirt brown, like let's grow some green beans and a sunflower and a pumpkin. This says produce. This says Harvest Festival. This says, you know, I love that. To the Harvest Festival we go. And see, I think this one more says, let's put our apples in the fridge now that we're back home from the Harvest Festival. Because I want to keep it not furniture themed, but like housewares kind of color scheme. Like, ooh, look. We should have known from that right there. The brown right there is the dark brown. Danger! Ooh, you'll appreciate this. Danger just said, hi, honey pie. She says, hello, hello. Look at this. I got a box of mixed, like, vintage and also just 90s plastic dollhouse furniture for $20 off Facebook Marketplace this past weekend. And this is my favorite item from the bunch. I love it so. I'm going to make it little records to go in the thing. But we also got these super rad chairs, which Ari points out, they are egg chairs. Look at that. Seriously, it's an egg yolk. But yeah, so we were making little rugs for stuff. Danger says, oh wow, like legit that old or intentionally vintage? Legit that old, like from the year 1989. These are original, like here, hang on. Check this out. These really are the vintage Fisher Price pieces from 1989. And there's some, like, there's various sets, and they're not complete or anything, but yeah, I bought the entire box for $20. But yeah, this green stand-up tiled shower, I fucking love that thing. But yeah, this was in 3 pieces when I got it. I glued it back together. But yeah, so we've got these chairs, but we don't have the table that goes with them. So we decided to make little rugs for the chairs to sit on. And then we're going to make gnomes in vintage colors. Hence. And then put them with the chair and the rug. Aren't those so fun? There's also like a little tiny kitchen and like a little bathroom. I think the Fisher Price people that have like, you know, their round body and then like the bottom part is thinner. Not thinner, but like it just goes in so you can like set them in things. There's like a little toilet and you can set the little friend right in the little potty. It's very cute. Alright. Little people, thank you. That's what I was looking for. And I think I still own the Fisher Price Little People bus. But, yes. These are our first 4 colors for our vintage gnomes. And then I think we want to add a gold. There's a lot of gold around at the time. Despite the fact that the things on my little stereo kit are silver, that's different. Because our reel-to-reel and our receiver and our TV set, you know, silver clearly makes sense for these. But there was a lot of gold. But that's not definitive yet. We haven't actually made that decision. It's just up for pondering. Hang on, we're going to put away some other browns. Danger says, they used to be shaped differently, but they were choking hazards. Then they made them super round. I don't think anyone liked that. So now they have legs and are like little figures. Yeah. We had a bunch of Fisher Price Little People because where we used to live, yard sales were a big thing. Like, people had yard sales all the time. It was just a really, really sunny place. It very rarely rained. And so if you wanted to have a yard sale, like, there was like a 95% chance it's not going to fucking rain. There's 300 days of sunshine a year. And so when you had crap to get rid of, it just, yeah. You just put it out on your driveway. People coming by your crap. When you need some crap, go to their driveway. My sisters had a schoolhouse, a school, a bus, and a farm. Yep, I've got a school bus that is like an old school bus, and I really like vintage. There's some vintage toys that I really like, and those just please me. And we did, when the kid was little, we had the newer plastic bus. I mean, mine is plastic too, but like, you know, like the bright, shiny plastic. And then he had a farm and like a garage and a fucking racetrack and a, you know, none purchased new. Fuck that. Some were sold, they were wooden. And I think part of maybe the seats on the bus are wooden. The schoolhouse had a flip-up roof that was a Oh, cute! See, we didn't have the schoolhouse. I never saw that. I didn't see one for sale ever. But no, we had a barn. And you'd open the thing and it'd be like, Mrrr. Okay. Hang on. Running out of places to stack crepola. Through every fault of my own. And Danger says, yes, the dying cow sound. Yes, you guys remember that? It's like the red barn, and like you'd open the door and it was like, Mrrr. And the top was where the chickens went. There's an updated version of that has like a little slide in it and stuff, and my kid totally had that and played with it all the time. And I do also have, I think it's Fisher Price, like a little learning chalkboard thing where it has like pictures you can slide in the top, and it's pretty precious. Alright. So now we're looking at golds. One of these, I don't know what this color is. Like, this looks like fingernails to me, like nail polish color. Sounds says moo. It just makes me think of Rent. And I know we've discussed this before, but if you haven't seen the movie Rent, there's a scene, and because it's based on a Broadway play, and there's a scene in which one of the characters in the play is doing performance art, and she encourages her audience to moo with her, and then of course the actual theater audience is encouraged to moo along with her. Yeah. Okay, this is... See, it says copper. We've got copper, and this one is... I was going to say, what is the... It's like, why is there glitter? No, it's just bonus glitter from living in my house. It just comes with living here. This is 14 karat gold is the name. And so imagine, like, you're sitting on a couch that's these colors. Imagine you look to your left and there's a TV tray and, like, the fake dark brown wood tone. I think this is almost bright and yellow enough to be the gold tone that would be on the outside of that TV tray. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would have a little metal rim on the edge of it. And it would be, like, bright yellow gold. Honestly, I think because that is so bright and so gold, I think that would be a fun accent as beards. I think as a hat, too much. As a body, weirdly shiny for a body because none of the rest of these are shiny. But I think that would be a fun beard color for this color scheme. Do we have thoughts from people who also remember when everything looked like this? Because I think this is pretty. I don't know. What do we think? I think color-wise, this one probably goes better because it's bronze or copper rather. So it's got some red and orange tones, which go, of course, with our orange and yellow tones here. Like, this one is just kind of warm. And that one, I don't know, I would say gives more of, like, the furniture look as opposed to it matching really well in, like, color, warmth, and temperature. Seems as that'd be a good beard, yeah. And I think the copper, I like it, but I don't think it's for this project. I think if, like maybe you wanted to make, like, steampunk gnomes and, like, how fucking cute would that be? And just, we could, I love you guys, we wouldn't be, like, there is not enough time in our lives to get wild. But, if we wanted to, we could totally find some, like, kooky gears. Do you know what I mean? And make steampunk gnomes by just giving them, like, you know, maybe crimson bodies, like, copper beards, and a black hat with a single actual gear stuck to it. That's what I would say for a steampunk gnome. Like a watch gear, like, embedded in their hat. And Nature says, I don't think the copper matches the vibes. Right? I agree. I think it's just, it brings down the boldness of it. James says, ooh, steampunk. Danger says, the copper is trying to be stylish, and there was no stylishness or color theory going on in the 80s household. You could not be more correct. With a gear on the hat. Exactly. Sam, I love you. If you want me to make steampunk gnomes, send me a message that says steampunk gnomes, because I'll need to buy some gears. Because although I'm very crafty, I don't know where I would obtain stuff that I could take it apart and then find my own gears that would be, like, appropriate for that. Clocks, maybe? But I don't want to take a working clock and ruin it. What's a gear? Ooh. And Sam says, you should finish projects first. Hey! You're right. I actually have a list on, like, I've got a things to finish list right here. Ooh, Jerry Blank says furniture. This furniture is late '60s, early '70s. It really is. I think because Jerry Bud and I were talking about this, and he's like, that's from previously, and I said, well, because they were made as like dollhouse toys for kids, they probably weren't made as like the newest cutting edge. They wanted it to look like the kid's house and grandma's house, comfortable, familiar places, and that's exactly what was in grandma and grandpa's house and, aunts and uncle, whatever's house in 1989. And probably took a couple years to get them designed. You know what I mean? So I absolutely agree that it was, ooh, Aries says, I have some. And says, Aries says, I taped your box already. Lol. New Beeves box. Okay. Ari, I don't know if you've ever gotten a box from me like this, but sometimes you'll just get a box from me that will also come with like me messaging you and saying, so if you look at your box and it looks like somebody sliced it open and then retaped it and a bunch of dog hair got caught in it, that's because that is exactly what happened. Because it'll often be that I forgot stickers or a card or a gnome. And so I just look on the box for the place where it looks most like I could shove my finger in and forcibly shove something into the box along with the other stuff, which sometimes results in people getting things where the stickers are like between layers of cardboard, which is why I always warn them as to what I've shoved into the box. But no, it is a thing. I've sent out definitely more than one box like that, so but wouldn't that be really cute? I think that'd be pretty precious. Oh my god, seriously, it is like fucking Jenga around here with boxes of Shitola. Okay, all right. He says, yeah, I'll probably do that because no way I can get to the post office before the flight this week. I'm not worried about it, baby. Like, things will keep. Stuff will keep. Time carries on. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, did I forget to mention I'm like moving to Canada next week. Just kidding. No, I'm not. But, no. I'm never dealing with that much snow again. I live in Washington. I gotta say, I do not miss one fucking bit. Like, you'd wake up and you'd be like, time to go to work. And you'd wake up and it's suspiciously quiet. Because snow, like heavy falling snow, like muffles all sound. And sometimes you wake up and it just be like too quiet and you're like, because like, even if they're out plowing the streets, how far is your car parked in? Is there already 6 inches of new fucking snow? Not usually that much, but there already, say 3 inches of brand new heavy ass snow behind your car, and you gotta go shovel it out. Because if you drive on it without shoveling in it, then it turns into like an ice slick. Because it gets all compacted, and then you can't get that out without like, you either have to put a ton of salt on it and or like hack at it with the snow shovel, or you'll have ice tracks that'll make your car slide and make it hard to shovel until spring. Yeah, I don't miss that. I don't miss that even a little. The average snowfall where we used to live, I think, is over a foot per year. And here it is like an inch. Like, yeah. Here it says, oh, Canada. And Russell goes, I'd like to experience a tiny bit of that. As long as I was hanging with my favorite people having art fun in this snow. Oh, God, yes. If you've never been around it, if you've never, like, hung out in snow, it is so... It's cool. And as much as it drives you kooky, like, when you wake up on a day when you don't have to go somewhere... and the snow is falling like that, like an extreme, there's nothing like the quiet and just soundless peace of fresh snow because snow absorbs sound. And so it's like even the normal sounds that you would be hearing are just, nope. They're just all absorbed. And everything just looks so fresh and pretty. And you're like, oh. So I guess I do miss that. But I don't miss the fact that then you'd have to be like, okay, so we need groceries. So who wants to put on their boots and go shovel that out as the snow is still freaking falling? And go to the store. Aries says, I saw the snow when Steven was living by a lake. A hillful area. Aries says, and he didn't have to go to work one time because snow. And Rustic says, I'd help. And Aries says, his car could have slid into the lake if the hill was frozen. Wow, see, yeah. Rustic says, I'd help. See, if I still lived up where it snowed, I would absolutely have you over for a week sometime in the winter. Because if I'd never seen it, I would definitely want to do that at least once. It's fun. Like, when you're living in it, the novelty wears off, obviously, but if you don't do it all the time, I can absolutely see how it would be fun. Okay, so we're just grabbing pieces of color for this. Oh, and for anyone who didn't see them. So here are our chairs. I mentioned that we are making rugs for them. We looked into our pile of vintage fabric that was my mom's when she was making clothes in the 70s and 80s for herself and me and my sister in the 80s. Because I can wear shorts during Christmas sometimes. It doesn't get cold till February. Yeah, no. Up in the valley, the Yakima Valley, I guess, like, with climate change, there were more times, but no, it's like, I had to have tall boots to go to work, or to do things, because you have to be ready to walk through unplowed parking lots. You have to have tall enough boots that if you want to go somewhere, they need to be tall enough that you can walk through an unplowed parking lot to get to your car without the snow going into your shoes. So, yeah. Okay. So this is one of our rugs. This one is like area rug style, or size rather. Oh. Danger says, oh, Bunaview, do you remember the tiny Cheez-It box? The tiny Cheez-It? Oh, of course I do. Did you do? Okay, because I know you had ideas about doing fun things with them. I want to hear all about it. Of course I remember, sweetheart. Wessex says, so no flip-flops, and they really are banned. But no, in the summer, you better have your flip-flops, because Yakima has a continental climate where there are 4 seasons. So in the summer, it is like 100 and something degrees. The ground is like boiling. There's like, seriously, the 300 days of sunshine thing a year is like real. And everything is hot and dry. No rain. Shut up. Danger says, so my kid saw it in my craft room and he pranked me. Oh my god, I love that. So Rustic's, why can I not ever stop doing that? Danger's kid loves Cheez-Its, and in one of my like mini brands things, I got a little empty Cheez-It box, but then I also made teeny tiny scale polymer clay Cheez-Its. And so I mailed them to Danger so she could, have fun with them and stuff. Danger says, he told me I should take a break and have a tiny snack. Then he pulled out the box from behind his back. Seriously, that is the cutest thing ever. Like, not just cute, but like that's, your kid, his sense of humor. This is clearly like your kid. Do you know what I mean? that he saw that and that he wanted to play a prank on you. And I love that, much like in our house, pranks are things like that. Not like, tricking somebody into eating something weird or gross. That's not fun or funny. But just being like, you need a little snack. Boop. Like, oh, it's a little snack. Like, that is so fun. I love that. Seriously, please tell Small Human that I really dig that. I dig his sense of humor, and I love that, his first inclination was to have fun in a fun way. That is so cool. I love that. That is serious. That is good fun. Good fun. Ah, that is so cute. But yes, here's rug number 1, which is more like an area rug in size. It's kind of rather large compared to our chair. And this gnome is just a size. This is just the desk gnome that's been our size model for months now. So the rug is kind of large compared to this. But we made this based on like how big the pattern was. We chose this square of this pattern and then decided to give it actual fringe. And so that was our first rug. And then our second rug, different piece, and these are vintage fabrics of my mom's that, the second piece, our second rug, ooh, there we go. And thank goodness we were like, I hope the fray check dries less gross. And it looks great. Yay. But yeah, this is our second rug. And I think that one really goes with the plan. Hang on, we're just brushing out its little fringes with a paintbrush. And I didn't know if this would work, but it worked very well, yes. So this weekend I went to a con with the Craft Daddy, and it was like a 5-hour drive one way. So I bought it to prank him because he loves Cheez-Its. See, I love that it's such a specific food that it's like a thing in your, like, not just in your house, but like in your larger life, and that I could mail you, because the box is one thing, but having the tiny Cheez-It, that's just, I love that. Yeah, look at our little rugs, and then look at this for scale. The little chair is sitting on a little throw rug. Sorry. Danger says, I told him I brought a little bit of snacks for the drive and handed him the tiny box and opened the box and poured the one Cheez-It into his hand. I brought a little snack for the drive. The tiny fucking Cheez-It. Oh my god, I love that. Harry says, cool, Danger says, and then told him not to eat it, right? No, oh my god. That makes me so happy. I love that. I brought a little snack. Boop. One fucking Cheez-It. Oh, Danger says, I joked with him that this was a whole box of Cheez-Its. He didn't have to feel guilty about eating all by himself. Like, nope. You can eat the whole thing, baby. The whole thing. And honestly, y'all, I do have the Cheez-Its, the rest of them somewhere on my desk. I cannot pretend for a moment to say that I know where they are. I don't know. They're around here somewhere. But, hang on. That's one of our other recent projects. We made a baby goldfish. And then here's it was supposed to be a full-size goldfish, but it ended up being like an XL jumbo goldfish. But yes, we've been working on doing 100% scale miniatures. And while these are probably not the best example of them being scale, you know what I mean. But yes. Sam says, tiny goldfish. Oh, had you not seen that one? And Ari says, ah. But yeah, these, well, even if you have, thank you, beloved. But yeah, I added some of the sand to them recently. Sam says, I have. She's like, I still love it, though. It's like, no matter how much, Sam says, I just love it. Right? Isn't that so cute? And we've got the sand added to these as the salt. And that really gives them the look. And remember we were struggling because I was like, I need some real goldfish to look at. Hang on. These I did not make.